When deciding which camera to spend your hard-earned cash on, it's helpful to have some tips. Here are some that you may find useful. When buying my first DSLR, I narrowed it down to two models, a Nikon one and a Canon one. However, these tips are relevant for any model. Firstly, I decided to go for the Canon one because I noticed that every function had a physical button on the rear of the camera. In comparison, the functions such as film speed, white balance, focus mode, etc. were only adjustable via the on-screen menus accessed via the D-pad on the Nikon one. As I had experience of photography prior to purchase, this for me was a deal breaker. I could change things by touch much more quickly. I found navigating through on-screen menus on the Nikon took a bit more time and led me to become frustrated while doing so, sure I was going to miss the shot I wanted. Sometimes reaction speed can make all the difference. The other reason I went for the Canon one was that when listening to the mechanism it sounded a bit more clinical. The sound a bit sharper, suggesting a level of precision mechanics rather than the Nikon one, which sounded flappy and loose. Through one of my employers I had the opportunity to come into contact with several different brands and models of DSLRs, all of which were used a lot over long periods of time. All the brands held up really well, with very few problems which couldn't be solved with a little research. For instance, one of the Nikons used to have a problem every once in a while where the autofocus would stop working. A factory reset would correct this. Over this period of time I did notice that the Canon cameras would lose the tight mechanical sound and feel a little. However, I never felt like the Nikon's sound or feel changed, although they still sounded and felt a little loose when compared to even the worn Canons. Despite this, both brands held up really well. In terms of picture quality, the Nikon's images were a little more forgiving, having a more traditional photographic feel to them when compared to Canon's more clinical, harsher looking images. I also found it frustrating when using a tripod that I couldn't take advantage of the Nikon's adjustable screen, which my Canon didn't have at all, although this observation may be a little petty. I hope these tips help you make a more informed decision on which camera you decide to purchase. Feel free to like, share, follow and subscribe. Thanks for watching.